So welcome to our third and final broadcast here on SportsNetUSA.net, where we get the red-hot Santa Barbara team against the host team, Golden West College. We're just starting off this first inning. And up first is Sydney Towns. Be leading off for Santa Barbara. Towns swings through the first pitch. Barrera on the mound and in the circle for Golden West College. Brings it home. Going to be on the outside.
Yes, Mark. Adriana Barrera is coming into the game this year with 2.77 hits per inning allowed and 59 runs allowed per inning. That equals to about a 6.73 ERA. A little high on the year. And coming into this game as the starting pitcher.
Barrera goes down low. Towns takes that for a ball. 3-2 count. Santa Barbara, huge in their first game.
Yes, definitely. They're hoping to come into this game and continue that run. They had a lot of hits and runs as well in the last game. Definitely hoping to keep that going here.
Shot down the line. Fair ball. Turned the corner.
Yes, Mark. And we'll go ahead and set the defense here for Golden West. In the circle, we have Adriana Barrera, and catching for her is Taylor Clickenberry. First base is Noemi Zaragoza. Second base is Julie Mori. Third base will be Dominique Dom Romero. Shortstop is Cam Maciel. Left field, Kat Osborne. Center field, Yaeli Vallejo. And right field, Bianca Espinoza.
Lisa Jewell now comes up for Santa Barbara. Towns over at first base. Jewell squares. Takes that one for a strike. 1-1.
Yes, the Vaqueros are looking to threat here early with that, showing the bunt early here with the runner on first and no outs.
Barrera winds.
Again with the
Jewell
bunt.
drops it down. Barrera picks it up, goes over to first. Just in time.
Very close play at first, Mark. Just got the throw in there to record the first out.
So the sacrifice works. 1-3 moves the runner to second. Santa Barbara has a runner in scoring position. That's going to bring up Hope Ballard. Hope Ballard played a great first game today. Santa Barbara's trying to go 5-0 in this tournament. They're 3-0 right now.
Yes, Ballard came into the game earlier today with a low batting average, 185, but she's been having a lot of chances to get hits here in this tournament.
Like Torres, if you can see it on camera, signaling to the outfield. And if you watch that, Adrian, watch Torres over at first base for Golden West. You're going to watch her flash signs to the outfielders right about, let's see if she does it again here. She is flashing the pitches to her outfield. Back to the circle, turns again. Runner heading for third. Is going to make it there. So again, Barrera makes a great play in the circle. It gets it over to first. Torres picks it out there as the first base person. Runner at third, 2 outs.
Towns played that quite well, waiting till the throw was out of the pitcher's hands and then advancing to third. Now that puts Towns in a scoring position for a pass ball.
Vieira now up at the plate. Crystal Vieira playing third base for Santa Barbara today. So Vieira coming up, looking to drive in the first run. Takes that pitch inside.
Coach Congleton admires Christina as well as all of her players, but she mentioned that Christina Vieira is one of her players that may go D1 very soon. She's quite a player on her team.
Off the foot goes foul. Going to take the count to 1-2. Runner at third, 2 outs, no score. Our last game of the day here on SportsNetUSA.net. Seen a route, seen a fingernail biter. This one should be a good one, guys. This really should be an excellent softball game.
Yes, we're seeing action here early. Again, you know, the Vaqueros have a runner on third base, and they're not letting up here early in the first inning.
From the circle, fouled away again. Already an 8-pitch at bat.
You know, the infield is actually signaling a lot to the outfielders, letting them know what is going on and what to do. So maybe we could see something going on here.
Well, they actually tell them to pitch so they know if they're feeling in the right position as an outfielder.
Yes, that can come quite in handy, you know, when the hitter is ahead on an off-speed pitch. At least the outfield will know it's time to come in because they know that off-speed pitch is coming.
Or she's somebody who can't hit a curve and we're going to throw her a curveball.
Exactly. Well put, Mark.
Down the line, they're going to call it foul ball.
Ooh, that looked close, like it almost touched the line, but they're going to call that one foul. As we see Coach Congleton giving her 2 cents there, saying she was there, she saw it.
And Dominique Romero did all she could trying to lay out for that ball and just couldn't get enough to get it.
Well, it looks like the Golden West got away with that one, as they're going to call that one foul, and it's going to stay foul.
Well, you like the fact the umpires went to each other and discussed it, to
Yes.
say the least.
Exactly. When you got to like it when your umpires get together like that, and it's not just one making the calls.
So Vieira, 3-2 count, runner at third, top of the first. The pitch.
Oh, it was a close pitch right at the knees, but Vieira was able to let that one go, earning herself a walk.
So Monica Salas is going to come up now. Runners at the corner, 2 outs. One big hit to start off this first inning.
Got to wonder if the Vaqueros are going to steal on this pitch. And they play it safe.
First pitch is high and away for a ball. No movement on the base pass. Golden West, deep in center, straight away and left, a little deeper and right. Pitch down and away for a ball.
We're seeing here from Barrera a lot of pitches low. She's keeping the ball low, not letting that ball get elevated. When you let that ball get elevated, you give the Vaqueros a chance to go yard on you. And as we saw last game, that's not a wise choice.
Next pitch. Down over, picked up, flipped over to first in time. So Santa Barbara doesn't get anything on the board. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, it's Santa Barbara 0, Golden West College 0. You're watching the Golden West College softball tournament on Sportsnet USA.net. Gentlemen, why don't you go ahead and set the defense for that Santa Barbara team for us?
All right, so for Santa Barbara defense, we got Rebecca Pullen for pitching. Catching her is Connie Town. First base is Lauren Bowden. Second base is Alyssa Jewel, my bad. Thank you. Third base is Crystal Vieira. Shortstop is Delaney Olgan. Left fielder is Hope Ballard. Out in center is Monica Salas. And then out in right field is Sydney Towns. And that is the defensive for the Santa Barbara.
And as we look at the starting lineup for Golden West College, leading off is going to be Camille Macia. Kat Osborne is going to be batting second. Batting third for Golden West College is going to be Dominique Romero. Batting fourth, Taylor Klinkberry. Batting fifth, is going to be Bianca X Espinoza. I ought to have you doing these names. You're a lot better at these Spanish names than I am.
Rolling those R's, that's the trick.
Okay. Alana Torres is going to be next. I'll have to work on
Very
that
well.
if we're doing that on here. Batting 7th is going to be Julia Mori. Batting 8th is going to be Giovanna Quieres. Batting 9th is Yarly Vallejo. I say the L?
Viejo.
Okay. Viejo. See, he doesn't say the L. I do. He does. Okay. Linguistic time here on SportsNetUSA.net. Santa Barbara had Poland, who looked good. We talked to the coach last game and said, 19 runs, Adrian, but you sort of forget how good she was in the circle for Santa Barbara.
Exactly. She was shut down, only allowing 1 run, very few hits. She was coming in right after the batters.
Golden West College smokes a rope for a base hit to start off the first.
Again, as we were saying, Poland coming right after the batter, letting them put it in play. Unfortunately, a lot of mustard on that ground ball. Second baseman, Alyssa Jewell, unable to handle that one.
So that brings Kat Osborne to the plate. Runner at first. In at the corners for Santa Barbara, Kat Osborne. Plate squares, fouls it off.
We see a big gap between the third baseman, Crystal Vieira, and the shortstop, Delaney Ogan. If the batter, Osborne, is able to pull that bat back and get a swing and get a ball between that gap, it's definitely extra bases for this team.
Sir Bowden over at first, comes down the line. Next one's fouled off. Crashing at the corners right now, trying to make sure they can get that sacrifice bunt and possibly turn and go to second.
You got to wonder, with Osborne missing 2 bunts, if you let her bunt again or if you have her swing away. Again, early in the game, it's about moving the runners over. You got to wonder if they're going to let her bunt.
Pulling from the circle, brings it down. She does, drops the bunt down. It's a sweet little one right there just out at first base. So an excellent dropping of a bunt. Vieira comes down and picks it up for Santa Barbara, flings it over to get her out there. But a beautiful sacrifice by Osborne.
Yes, they say third time's the charm, and Osborne definitely laid down a beauty on that one. Almost beat it to first, but unable to make the play.
That brings up Dominique Romero. Romero, wide stance.
Corners in as well.
Romero takes the first pitch high.
Seeing center fielder Monica Salas shaded over to the right field. Big gap in left and left center.
Playing little ball so far here in the first inning by both these teams. Poland brings it. Straight up the middle, almost interference. They don't call it.
We see Monica Salas had to run over and cover that gap. Luckily, she got there before Maciel could turn the corner at third.
And almost an interference call, and that's what we're going to hear about, a possible interference call by both. As you saw on the play, what happened is Ogden comes over to make the play at shortstop. The runner bumps her a little. The umpire calls it incidental contact. Therefore, he doesn't call interference on the play. The coaches both come out and want an answer on the play, get a satisfactory one by the umpire. And so now we have runners at the corner.
We see Ogan having a little chat, wondering where she was at.
So that brings up Klinkenberry. Klinkenberry takes that high. Taylor out of Upland, went to Upland High School. The utility infielder for this Golden West College team.
She's their catcher today. Put her behind the backstop.
Runner goes, no throw.
Golden
so
West.
Indiscretion. Stolen base at second.
Again, Mark, making moves early in the game here, playing that small ball you were talking about. station to station playing.
So that was Romero's third stolen base of the season. Clinkenberry takes that for a strike. Runners at second and third. One out. Bottom of the first. No score. Santa Barbara.
Sydney Towns looks like she's more in than the rest of the outfielders are.
Clinkenberry puts it through the hole, puts it through the 5 gap. Here comes the play at home. Not even close on the play. And Clinkenberry goes all the way to second on the throw.
Yes, on that one we saw Hope Ballard, the left fielder. She tried to hit her cutoff, Delaney Ogun, but unfortunately overthrew the ball, and that overthrow allows Clinkenberry to move from first to second. Now runners at second and third.
So 3 hits, 1 run to start off this first inning for Golden West College. Runners at second and third. Brings up Espinoza. Bianca Espinoza, first base outfielder for Golden West College. Bianca says, I'll take it there too. Nice defensive play by Ogden to knock it down, but no possible play at first base. Another base hit.
Very important play there. She's able to knock it down, save a run, and not only that, keep the runners on their bag, allowing for a double play to be set up here to end the inning.
So Torres now, who's playing first base for Golden West College today, is up the plate.
Outfield showing respect here, playing deep.
Alana Torres went to Loera High School in Anaheim, California. And what does she do? She takes it up, and Golden West College has just got Poland's number so far in this game.
Yeah, you know, we're seeing Golden West not do much with the ball, really. They're just hitting it hard and hitting it on the ground, allowing the ball to jump up and down. And, you know, it's a little hard for these Vaqueros players to knock it down sometimes. They're coming at it really hard.
So Poland just doesn't seem to have the same material she had in that first game. As Golden West College now has 5 hits, 2 runs in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, you got to wonder if that break between games may have took something from her momentum. She was just working really well in that first game, and here she's getting herself into a bit of a pickle.
So McNamee is warming up for Santa Barbara already.
Looks like Julia Morey is going to try to look for a hit here, as she's only trying to batting a .143, so looking for a big hit here.
Yeah, it's definitely the time to do it right now with the bases loaded. Hot time.
Julia, a local product from Marina High School, Huntington Beach. So Morey trying to help the team here. Bases packed. It's a little foul fly ball to us. So Golden West starts off with a base hit. Then we get a sacrifice by Cat Osborne. Then another hit by Romero. Clinkenberry gets a base hit. Espinoza gets a base hit. Torres gets a base hit. Bases loaded. 2 runs in. Morey fouls that one off.
And outfield is more in now, trying not to let any more runs score.
Yes, Kyle, we've been seeing the balls drop right in front of the fielders, which is what's hurting them right now. Being in the right place at the right time, but those balls keep dropping in front of them where they can't make that play.
Bases loaded for Golden West. 1 out. Morey swings right through that, and Pullen gets that much-deserved and much-needed strikeout here in the inning. 2 down.
Yes, Golden West has already scored more runs on Pullen than the other game so far, and it's only the bottom of the first.
Down in, the run's going to score on another pass ball. We've seen multiple pass balls in these games recently. So the third run comes on the board, and the runners move up to second and third. Poland down by 3 already here in the bottom of the first. Golden West College, a big smile on their face. Santa Barbara wanting to be 5-0. Right now their back is against the wall starting this game. Another strike.
Yeah, we saw Kuros take a weak swing on that first one, hoping she could have that one back. Next pitch was a strike down the middle. Unfortunately, she had the bat on her shoulders. Need to be a little more aggressive in this situation.
Kuros waits. Fouls it off. Giovanni Kuros.
She is actually looking for her first hit right now. She has not yet gotten a hit, but maybe right here this could start something special.
Be a great opportunity if she can pull off a hit right about now for Golden West College. Poland really taking her time to circle. Comes up. Kuros, line drive. And Ogden ends up making it. But Golden West College gets 3 big runs on the board. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of 1 complete inning played, it's Golden West College 3, Santa Barbara College 0. You're watching the Golden West College softball tournament on Sportsnet, USA.net. Big inning, Adrian, for Golden West College.
Yes, exactly. You know, Golden West is doing what they're doing, what they need to do, which is come in and swing the bat. They're putting the ball on the ground, making the defense make that play. And as we can see, the ball's just coming too hard and too sharp, and the infielders aren't able to make that play. Not only that, we have great runners for the Vaqueros who can run out that infield single and get on base that way.
That's right. And, you know, with the way Santa Barbara played last game, you want to get as many runs as you can just in case if they try to spark something up with their power swings. So definitely try to get as many runs as you can and be more aggressive at the plate.
Exactly.
We'll see if that takes place as Delaney Ogden is going to start it off.
You know, Mark, with this weather, you got to worry about the pitcher for Golden West Barrera. She was sitting in the dugout for a bit while her teammates were getting those hits and runs. With this cold weather, will that affect her throw? Will that affect her mentality as she's coming from sitting on the bench to coming in and facing this very tough Vaqueros lineup?
So my mistake, I'm skipping a couple people here. Maggie Jackson's going to start off. Maggie Jackson, big home runs last game. Maggie Jackson, Adrian, she took that one right into right center. She put a lot of juice behind the ball for that 2-run homer in that 18-1 win.
Definitely. It was a no-doubter. You know, as soon as it came off the bat, she knew it. The infield knew it. Outfield knew it. Everybody was looking at that pitch.
Jackson up the plate. Last time, took it up the alley for the gut shot to start that game for Santa Barbara.
Maggie Jackson showing her poise, taking that first pitch. She's definitely a choosy batter up there.
Maggie Jackson goes the other direction. It's going to foul it off. So Adriana Barrera out of Santa Ana Godinez High School is where she went to. Has an excellent softball program over there. Maggie takes the next one down low. Maggie Jackson, Santa Barbara really did first home run of the year here at this tournament.
Big way to do it too. Putting an exclamation point on their game.
Jackson waits, takes the next one right down the middle, strike 3 call.
Again, Mark, I was saying Maggie Jackson up there being very patient. She didn't like that one. Unfortunately, umpire called it a strike 3. That's going to be the first out of the inning.
Delaney Ogden now comes up. Ogden in the last game struck out, flied out to second, got on base on a big error. So that's what she did in that Santa Barbara big output. Really wasn't an offensive threat, Adrian, with Santa Barbara in that last game.
Yeah, so Ogden definitely didn't take advantage of the opportunity she had in the last game. Let's see if she can keep that going here.
Herrera brings it home. Ogden hits that little one, skips on the ground, picks up, high throw, quick throw over to first base just in time.
Well, you got to like what you see there from Ogun. She's not giving up in the at-bat. You know, she's behind in the count. She's still battling, still putting it in play. That's all that matters right now. Can't give up easy outs by striking out. Got to put the ball in play.
Fly ball deep to center field for the third out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. So as we head to the bottom of the second, it's Golden West College 3, Santa Barbara 0. You're watching the Golden West College Tournament on Sportsnet USA.net. Coach Brasney is going to come on the air before we go away. Had the pleasure of talking with him last night here on SportsNetUSA.net. Of course, now if Golden West College starts getting in trouble, we're going to be the culprits. You know that. Last night on the air, what happens? Southwestern wins the game. So if it happens again tonight, you got to take part of the blame, not just me. Now, Adrian, if that happens.
Yeah, you know, we can't do the home team like that. We can't be the bad luck around here. Hopefully they can keep doing what they're doing and keep charging through this game.
There we go. Poland is hoping to have a better second inning for Santa Barbara. And Golden West College would like to take this one before they head into Sunday. Weather could be the thing that delays this tournament at the end of the day. We're not going to be out here tomorrow because of the weather, but like Ed Ford said, hey, if you're driving around Huntington Beach, you got nothing to do. Even if you do have something to do, come on out and watch a little softball, and make sure you check all the community colleges in your area and take some time out to support these very wonderful student athletes who love the game of softball and hopefully can use it as a future for them through their education to be your next doctor, lawyer, instructor, you name it, whatever they'd like to be, engineer. Maybe baseball will get them there. We've seen that happen to people like Kat Osterman, who used her prolific ability to play softball to get a college degree at UCLA.
Yeah, Mark, you know, we're hearing a little bit of thunder here, some wind. I'm hoping we're going to be able to get this game through before the weather hits.
Let's hope so. Yerli Vallejo is up now out of Anaheim. She went to Magnolia High School. Vallejo, the only Golden West Rustler that didn't get up last inning.
We see the Vaqueros playing a little in. Vallejo being a slap hitter.
Pulling from the circle, dips, brings it there. Vallejo takes about 4 steps outside the box, takes that first strike.
Little late call by the blue on that one, but he wanted to make sure he was sure.
1-2 count. Pullen brings it. A little high on that one. Connie Town framing home plate for Santa Barbara. Trying to help the lady in the circle. Battery mates trying to help each other.
Yeah,
Next pitch is fouled off.
Yeah, Mark, Connie Town, our catcher for today, she's actually stepping in to give Monica Salas a break. Monica Salas had a huge game earlier today, and she was actually the starting catcher, so she's getting a break today by playing center field, Monica Salas.
Pullen drops, brings it. That's pitches high. 2-2, 3-2 now the count. 3-2, no outs. 3-0. The Rustlers up in this game.
Great leadoff at bat by Vallejo, working the count.
Next one down low. So she did what Adrian said to do, walk that count.
That's what you want to see from your number 9 hitter. You want them to get on base any way they can, and in this inning, get something started. We already have the Golden West team, Rustlers, up by 3-0, and they're looking to put on more.
So it looks like McNamee is going to be coming in the circle now for Santa Barbara.
Yeah, McNamee actually has had the most innings pitched coming into this game. Coming into this game, she had 21 walks with 23 strikeouts. So we see the walk and the strikeout ratio a little even there. She's going to want to throw more strikes, let the batters hit the ball, and let her defense work. Coach Congleton, she mentioned you have to have 2 of the 3 in order to win this game. You have to be able to either pitch, hit, or play defense. So 2 of those 3. So far, the pitching has been doing a little struggling so far in this game. We're hoping they can get back to it.
And when you talk about walk to strikeout ratio, you want walk to strikeout ratio in softball needs to be a minimum of 3 to 1 strikeouts. 3 strikeouts to every walk, and that's okay. You really want to get up there to 5 to 7 to 1 is what you want your ratio. But 3 to 1 is acceptable. In this case, McNamee isn't even at that 3 to 1 ratio.
Yes, definitely. As you said, the ratio is not that good here. With softball, it's definitely a pitcher's game. So although those numbers may be a little telling, this is a pitcher's game. We can easily see McNamee coming into this game and dominate because this game, softball, is definitely that type of game.
Well, you're right with the fact that people in the circle have just, end up with 27-1 records. One of the best records in the CCCAA for ERA for career is 0.28, less than a quarter of a run a game.
Mark, that is just obscene. I don't know how these pitchers do it.
McNamee from the circle brings it. Little more velocity on her pitch than Poland.
Gotta wonder if Golden West will be able to react to that speed change here.
Good point, Adrian, because you get used to what you've seen already.
Yeah, we saw them. They were timing it well. Let's see if they can time McNamee here.
Square. Once again, just a little late. 0-2.
Behind on that pitch, yes.
McNamee really hasn't been out there in this tournament. Little dinged up. That's why the coach says she hasn't had her in the circle. Like all good athletes, though, what do? Sacrifice that for your team. Hey, hurt a little, I'll go out and play. Brings again. Big stride, strike 3. Oh, and they've got the runner caught down. She thought it was going to get good run down. Running it back, tag out. So what you had there on the throw was a 4 to 3 to 4 to 3 to 5 in the rundown. If you're scoring at home, that's what you're going to put it in your scorebook.
Mark, one more time.
4 to 3 to 4 to 3, 6 is what you've got it in there.
Thank you, sir. Yes, we saw Vallejo get a little too far off on there, and the catcher, Connie Town, taking advantage.
Got corrected on that by Mr. Neal, and he said, wait a minute, the shortstop came over and took that tag, not the third base person.
Mr. Nealon, always on the ball.
Kat Osborne now up for Golden West. So McNamee gets the big strikeout and then gets the double play on the rundown for Santa Barbara. Another big swing and a miss. And Adrian, I guess she heard you talking about that strikeout ratio and said, oh, let me correct him. I can get some strikeouts out here for Santa Barbara.
Yeah, she's coming in fresh leg, fresh arm. She's just reeling back and dealing, and she's showing the Golden West team what she has.
Pitch outside. 2 outs, nobody on. The Rustlers up 3-0 right now over Santa Barbara.
Kat Osborne, number 2 batter.
Fouled off.
Last at bat, she laid down a beautiful bunt on her 3rd pitch and advanced her runner over. That's really the key to this game, getting runners over like that and taking advantage. That's why we have that 3-0 score in favor of Golden West.
McNamee from the circle. Once again, fouled away. Cat Osborne staying alive.
You know, I used to actually go to high school with Kat Osborne.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and she too I still remember she still has the same kind of swing as she still does now in high school. And
So you went to Fullerton High School too?
no, we went to Sunny Hills High School actually.
Well, you know, they actually have Cat as going to Fullerton High School.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh, that's strange because we both went to the same one.
We're seeing McNamee change up speeds really well, Mark. As you said, she's been throwing the Golden West pitcher. The hitters are behind on the pitch, and now we're seeing she's mixing in that off speed to get the batters ahead of that pitch.
3-2 count. Cat Osborne sticks with it. Nice crowd out here, you know, late in the day. 10 pitch against Cat Osborne right now. McNamee bringing number 11. Osborne looking to stay up and takes number 11 for ball 4.
Great at bat for Cat Osborne.
So Osborne works the count, goes over to first.
Let's see if Golden West can follow through on this threat here with 2 outs and a runner on first.
That brings up Dominique Romero for Golden West College.
Connie Town behind the plate being wise with this Golden West team. She knows they like to get big leads, and she's coming up ready to throw.
Romero got a base hitter last time up. McNamee letting that ball go just a little late, getting a little too much rise on that rise pitch. Hasn't been in the circle a lot lately. Trying to find her rhythm. Once again, high. Have the runner picked off. Errant throw over to first. Almost get Cat Osborne.
Very close, very close. And Mark, as you said, she hasn't had much time in the circle McNamee has. It's tough for a pitcher to be called on in this type of situation, but she's here doing the best she can. She recorded those 2 quick outs, hoping to get the third here.
McNamee brings it again. Pitch is going to be high. 3-0. Then they get a ball 4. So the scoreboard was wrong.
Very tough for McNamee. Again, she recorded those 2 quick outs, and then she goes to 2 walks in a row. She's going to need to give the batters here something they can hit and let her defense work.
Clinkenberry comes up to the plate. Had a single last time she was up.
And as for the batters, they want to be more patient at bat and try to get maybe more walks or more people on base. That way we can score more runs.
Exactly, Kyle. We're seeing here McNamee struggling to find the strike zone. So if you're a Golden West, you don't want to help her out. You're up by 3. Take a chance here. Be patient. Look for that one pitch that you can hit.
Clinkenberry, yesterday's game that we did on sports@usa.net, 2 for 3. She fouls off that pitch. The stats from yesterday being brought to you by the magic of Corey Nalen. Old school.
Outfield playing a little in.
Clinkenberry waits. Half swing. Foul tip.
You know, she wishes she could have that one back. A great coach once told me, you either swing or you don't. And those type of swings, they don't help you out. They're only strikes.
McNamee from the circle. Big, deep, fly ball. Ho! See you later. Catch that bus and head for the beach.
She's going to touch all on that one as it clears the fence easily in left center.
What a monster shot that was.
And Golden West College doubles their tally.
What a certain change of events this has been, as Santa Barbara had a huge lead on last game, and now it's the opposite way.
You got to wonder if they got gassed out on that first game. You know, long game, big gap between games. You got to feel for the Vaqueros now because they had a wonderful game earlier today, and right now they're struggling to find their rhythm.
Espinoza now coming to the plate. Bianca says, well, let me see if I can duplicate that.
One of those, if you can do it, I can do it better.
I tell you, I heard the ball didn't carry well at night at Golden West College.
Wind's blowing in too, Mark. That was all power.
Espinoza, little dribbler over to third. Quick throw off the line. And so bad play as we get an error right there. And Cristo Vieira. So that's going to be E5 if you're scoring at home, and we know you are with us. E5. Bad throw. E5. Mr. Nayland trying to be kind. Says, no. Let's give it to that first base person that should catch everything thrown at him. Alana Torres now up for Golden West College. Golden West came in this inning up 3-0. Then a booming shot gives them 3 more.
You know, Mark, when it comes down to it, Golden West hasn't played all day, so this is really their first game of the day, and they're showing it. They're showing how fresh they are. They're coming in ready to hit, ready to play, and unfortunately that's the advantage they have right now over San Bernardino.
Klinkenberry hit her second home run of the season on that towering shot. Runner goes. Easily steals the base on a third called strike. So we take out that stolen base and we just mark Torres down for striking out. But not before Golden West College gets 3 more runs on the board. 3 runs on 1 monstrous hit. No errors and nobody left on base.
Yes, Mark, and we come back to those two out walks that really hurt the Vaqueros in this inning. You know, they get 1 out, maybe that doesn't happen, but when you give up free bags like that, you end up hurt.
So at the end of 2, it's Golden West College 6, Santa Barbara College 0. You're watching the Golden West College Tournament on Sportsnet USA.net. Little cold, little nippy at night, that's because your car's got no heater. Well, maybe you got that car that just can't get on the road. And if you're going to get a car, well, make sure you get it from Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Open 7 days a week, parts department. Need to go look for a car? Open 7 days a week to get that car. That's right, Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Supports community college sports, high school sports, but most of all, education. Miller Toyota of Anaheim, located at Euclid and the 91.
Mark, we're going to have Connie Town, the catcher, leading off. Sydney Towns, right fielder, second. And Alyssa Ray Jewell, the second baseman, as third. You know, this is just Connie Town's first at-bat here. You know, the Golden West team, they've been batting around. So far, it's just the first at-bat for Connie Town this game.
Town swings through a little late on that first pitch.
So it looks like she's going to try to maybe start something, so hopefully they can get a rally going and hopefully maybe get some few runs in here and try to catch up.
So Pereira feeling good now, up by 6 in the circle. Says, hey, if you can hit it, here it is. Let me put it on to tee. Little off-speed pitch, drops down low.
Barrera staying within her zone, keeping that ball low. She's been doing that well so far this game, which is why the Vaqueros haven't been able to touch her so far.
Golden West College deep at second and short. In at the corners. Towns over here. Corey Nayland goes for it. Dives. Oh, it bounces out of his hands. Nayland looks like, well, somebody will help him up.
Oh,
Somebody will get him off the ground.
Got a little grass in the hair there.
you got a little fumble in
Got a
there.
ball in the hand, too. I better watch it, right? Towns takes the next one. Corey walking over to the dugout. Says, hey, you want this? All-time home run hitter for 40 and older in slow pitch league. He was out of earshot, wasn't he? Little ground ball, back to the circle, flip over there, just in time.
Barrera getting those ground ball outs. She had enough time on that play to pick the ball up, take a look, and throw.
Don't ever trust video guys. They only know about the picture, not audio. Thank you, Rashawn Haylock. Sydney Towns now comes up. Santa Barbara. Lone base hit for the Santa Barbara team to start off the game. And you can just see a relaxed field from this Golden West College team, Adrian, with that 6-run lead.
Yeah, you know, when you got yourself a lead like that, that's when you can really play. You know, you can, as a pitcher, you can throw the ball without any fear. And as a defense, you know, one play isn't going to hurt you. You're able to stay in the game, stay within your own game, and keep the momentum going.
Towns gets ready. Barrera brings it from the circle. Down and away.
Outfield showing Towns respect, playing a little deep, shaded over to the right field.
And as you look in the infield, you can see their feet kind of moving around a little bit, trying to anticipate for the ball, getting ready for it.
Next pitch, Town takes that down low.
You know,
They're going to call it a strike. Boy, it looked low from here.
You know, Kyle, going back to what you're saying, the Golden West team has been on the dugout for a bit, so they got to stay fresh. They got to be anticipating every ball hit right at them. When they get comfortable, that's when those errors happen. Good job on the Golden West team by staying loose.
Next pitch, down and away. 3-2, 1 out. Looking for anybody to get on base. Sydney saying, any way I can, let me help the team. Takes an off-speed pitch that freezes her at the plate.
Yeah, you know, it looks like she was almost hoping for the walk, took that borderline pitch, umpire called it a strike.
So Alyssa Jewell now comes up. Jewell grounded to first base, grounded back to the box last time up.
They're playing her really in, seeing that she's a slap hitter.
You know, as you were saying, Nealon, that they were looking for anyone trying to get on base. I'm looking at the last time that someone was on base was in the first inning by Crystal Vieira, who got walked, and since then they've been lights out.
That's the name of the game right now for the Vaqueros. Get on base, make it happen. Put some pressure on this Golden West team. As you said, Mark, they're comfortable. They have 6-run lead right now. There's no pressure on them. Vaqueros need to threaten.
Golden West says, hit it by me as they bring the infield in, and you know what? It's that smothering defense now from the infielders on the hitter.
It's almost claustrophobic. I don't know how the batter can do it. I don't know how Jewell can feel comfortable up there with those infielders running right at her.
Jewell drops it down there. What else? Claustrophobia, what's it do to you? It makes you choke up, and you choke up, well, you ground out. So, Santa Barbara can't get on the board. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. It's Golden West 6. Santa Barbara 0. You're watching the Golden West College Softball Tournament on Sportsnet, USA.net. Don't forget, Fullerton College Baseball on Sportsnet, USA.net. Josh Calera, Ryan Osborne called the game earlier today. We got high school baseball right around the corner on sportsnetusa.net. Mr. Nayland's got a high school tournament not far away here on sportsnetusa.net. So when we look at what's coming up, March 12th, we go to Santa Ana. And over at Santa Ana, is that against Fullerton? That's a Fullerton game at Santa Ana, March 12th. Make sure you're on that. And then, again, we have the Anaheim's Lion Baseball Tournament Saturday through Wednesday, or Wednesday through Saturday, March 26th through the 30th. That's going to be also here on sportsnetusa.net. So the minions of Media Madness have a lot on their plate right around the corner. A little high school and a little college baseball on sportsnetusa.net.
You know, Mark, we're seeing a lot of the Vaqueros players out there with sweaters. They're trying to stay warm. That's going to be the key here, staying warm, staying loose. Once you rest on that bench for a while, your muscles get too tight. You're not able to dart and move the way you need to. So good move on their part by staying warm.
I can't dart and move the way I used to.
That might be something else.
Oh, okay, thanks.
And filled in.
So McEnany brings it again. McEnany just going to heat it up, put it down the middle, ask him to hit it. Golden West College said, we've been able to do that this whole game today. Next pitch, high and away.
Right now, McNamee's facing numbers 7, 8, and 9. Jules Mori, Giovanni Quiros, and Yaya Vallejo. She's going to want to come right after these batters and not let them get on base. They're the bottom of the order. She needs to attack and put the ball in the strike zone.
She does that right there with a high rise pitch that Maury can't catch up to.
Really testing them, making them hit that ball.
Maury struck out last time she was up. McNamee just bringing heat right down the middle. Fouled away. And you almost wonder, guys, that if maybe your coach doesn't say to you now, hey, you're down 6-0, just throw it as hard as you can. Don't throw a rise. Don't throw a drop. Put speed on it and see if they can catch up to your power.
Exactly. Putting the ball in play. You know, they had a great win earlier today. This game, getting a little out of hand, got to put the ball in play.
Morey drives at the left field and says, that's right. Put it down the middle, and I'll make you pay for it. And Hope Ballard goes over there and knocks it down for Santa Barbara.
You know, that's the unfortunate thing for the Vaqueros. They're not getting beamed out there. They're not getting hits rocked off their pitcher. They're just falling right in front of their defensive players.
So Golden West College now has a hit in every inning in this game. McNamee, runner at first. Morey there.
Town coming up throwing from behind the plate.
Santa Barbara, double play depth. Double plays were the big things for them in their first game today. They got them out of a jam. Haven't seen any yet in tonight's game. Looking for one now. Next pitch taken for a strike. 0-2 count. 6-0. Golden West over Santa Barbara. Long ball put up 3 of those 6 runs. Fouled away. That's right, it's nighttime here in Huntington Beach. The lights are on, the temperature's dropping. We've all got a coat on, and yeah, talking about chili, I'd like a big bowl of it right about now.
You know, I'll set it for a Starbucks, some nice warm coffee in me.
Okay, coffee here, chili there. McNamee. Off-speed pitch, low and away.
McNamee being a little too fine on that. She's ahead in the count 0-2, but again, number 8 batter, got to come right after her. Let her put the bat on the ball.
Heard cat cries behind me, realized it's a softball team as McNamee comes up high and powers it by the hitter.
Big move for McNamee getting that first out. Now she's in a double play situation with a runner on first base.
Vallejo now comes up. Walked her last time up.
Outfield playing in, hoping to cut off those little drop balls that have been happening all day.
Vallejo yesterday struck out a couple times, walked once in the game we did on sportsnetusa.net.
Infield still looking for a double play. Be big 2-3 outs here and end the inning so they can get their bats going again.
Pitch is up and away, called as a ball. Got to frame those pitches. Help out your battery mate there. I tell you what, you're behind the plate. You've got to say, let McNamee, give it to me here. I'll leave my glove or drop it a little. Once again, tries to frame it. Gets the call this time.
Looked like the same pitch from here, but she got the call on that one. You know, Mark, no one on the field right now wants to get off the field more than the catcher, Connie Town. It's tough back there when you're squatting for that long of time.
Town says that one's right down the middle. Give me the strike, and that's what they did. Got to watch your body movement if you're a catcher. If you move your whole body, then the umpire believes the pitch is moving you. If you only move your glove and frame it, you might get the call. Town sits down low, says, that's right there, and the ump says, yeah, I'm with you, strike 3.
Yeah, Mark. Connie Town on that one was absolutely a statue, and the umpire agreed that one was strike 3.
East LA in their slickers walking by us. ELAC. Sounds like a monster. Sounds like a monster in a sci-fi film, doesn't it? Here comes an ELAC.
You know, backwards it's Cal-E, California Education, maybe.
Oh,
maybe
that's nice. There you go.
Could be the significance.
So you're dyslexic. That's what you're telling me? Okay.
If that's what you're telling me,
okay.
I believe you.
Okay. McNamee. You can't have fun here on the table. Wrong place to be. Up the middle. Turns the corner, so Golden West College says, unless you're putting up the red light, I'm not about to stop, and they don't.
Again, Golden West with those seeing eye hits, they're just dropping right in front of the players. Not hit very hard, but just hit where the Vaqueros players aren't.
You know, Maceo actually hit in the same place as she did it in the first inning. So maybe that's something to look there for next time she comes up at the plate.
So Golden West trying to get a couple more runs on the board. Runners at the corner. 2 outs. Up 6-0 right now. Cat Osborne.
You know, one thing we don't see much, I believe, in baseball and even softball, the delayed steal. I feel like that's taken for granted how valuable that could be in this situation, especially with the runner on third.
Osborne swings through that one. Osborne's walked and had a sacrifice in this game today.
A lot of hits have been generated today by the Golden West College by 6 hits total now.
That one's up and away.
You know, Kyle, those 6 hits, they're produced by these very patient Golden West batters. And, you know, when you're up 6-0, you can afford yourself to be even more patient. As we see a little chat here between first base coach and the umpire. Not sure what the commotion is here.
Well, it was a high pitch, and I think they called it a strike, and that's actually saying that Cat Osborne offered. And
So she did go for it, is what the umpire's ruling.
So McNamee in the circle, trying to get out of the inning unscathed. And once again, Cat Osborne swings right through it. Golden West comes away with no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 people left on base. It's Golden West College 6, Santa Barbara 0. You're listening to Golden West College Softball on Sportsnet USA.net. Adrian, Santa Barbara's got to find some way to say, hey, there's an offense going on here. And it looks like Coach Brasney is heading over our direction. Yes? No? Well, she's got all the keys, so we'll see if she does. She's got all the keys, so we're going to bring her over with all the keys and put her on the air. And Corey's getting ready to.
Mark, I know you mentioned keys, but let's take a look at those whopping rings there. They're quite impressive.
Yeah, she's got some of those to go away with. Now, my first thing is thanks for coming on the air with us, because last night you came on the air and you brought your team luck, and then at the end of the night, I wasn't sure you'd come back and talk to us, because I would have blamed Corey Nealon for the loss too.
Yeah, I did blame Corey for sure.
Ooh,
no.
Ooh, shot twice. I like that. Thanks, Coach.
No problem. I got your back.
All right.
Yeah, but that's why I wanted to come over when nothing's happening, so hopefully I don't cause anything this time. So
I tell you what, though, we've seen a couple home runs, but you told me the ball didn't carry well at night.
you know it's hit well when it goes out at night. It's got to be, crushed.
I mean, there was a charge behind. There was no doubt about that ball being gone when it was hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, of all the great things that happen on the softball field, I had to run in and put their uniforms in the dryer, and so of course I missed it.
It was just an incredible one. I got to ask you, because I know you're the coach, you put this program together and everything else, but you're the tournament chairperson for this thing. And let's be realistic. I need to know, how difficult is it to put a tournament? Because Ed Ford was on the air with us. Corey has said for years that more of the community college teams should hold softball tournaments. Corey's a big advocate for that. How difficult is it to have a softball tournament?
Well, this is the 39th year of this tournament and my 29th year of running it. And at this point, it's not that difficult because we've done it for so long and you've got the steps and when it needs to take care of business. Most people don't run tournaments anymore. They'll do like maybe a three-way, kind of doubleheader kind of thing. But to run a tournament, most people just say, it's too much work. It doesn't make us any money or whatever. It just takes proper planning and good help.
Hope Ballard's over at first for Santa Barbara. Coach, I've got to ask you, Corey and Ed are big proponents. If I could get them on the air with you, they'd both say more teams should do the tournaments. Do you agree with Corey and Ed?
I do, because I think it's really good for the girls to play multiple games. Sorry, I had to watch the action. To play multiple games in a day, because basically what I think it does, it helps them get ready for our state championships, which is a tournament. They have to be used to the tournament format of playing, waiting to play, getting back up and getting your energy going again. And most of them don't get to do that very often. Or if they do, it's, when they're 10 and 12 years old and they're playing 5 games in a day. So once they get into college, a lot of times it's a single game or a doubleheader, and they're not real good at being part of a tournament and learning how to deal with the sitting and waiting or whatever, weather, things like that.
Drive back up the middle, throw over to third base. Nice defensive play. Was the ball held? And it was. So you waited for a call. You like that the umpire behind the plate does not make the call. Goes to the home plate umpire who's got the better view if the ball is held. And a nice play defensively for Golden West College.
Yeah, that's a big one because the girl running right in front of Kim, it's hard. You want to get an out for sure, but you see him in front of you, and you have that instinct to go, I got to go to that direction. And that's great because now they don't have a runner in scoring position, which really makes it a lot easier for the pitcher and the defense.
Now, tournament, some coaches don't care. Talked to the Santa Barbara coach about the tournament, and I said, it's tournament play. You're ranked number 6. How do you feel? She said, we came in here with one goal, is it's hit up the middle, so the play at third base denies a run to Santa Barbara on that base hit. But to go back to her statement, she said, I came into this tournament to be 5-0 at the Golden West College tournament. Southwestern coach comes over to me and says, I don't really care if I win at tournaments. I'd like to, but if I don't, it's not important. You've been around with a tournament as a head coach. How important is it for you and your team when it comes to tournament play? Do you look at tournaments like Southwestern coach, or do you look at the tournament like the Santa Barbara coach?
Probably a little of both.
Okay.
The time of the year that this tournament is, it's pretty much after one round of our conference play, and our conference, like we talked about before, is so strong and so stressful. Sometimes the tournament's kind of all right, we're not playing our conference teams. We get to see some different people, so sometimes it's nice to get that different view of who we're playing against. And a lot of times they play a lot more relaxed because they don't have the pressure of, oh my gosh, it's conference, we have to really dig in. Of course, we want to win our tournament. At this time of year, it's really also a experience getting ourselves ready for hopefully the postseason by doing well in conference and getting to see a lot of teams from other conferences. So I'm kind of in between the two coaches, I think. I think a little bit of both.
Adrian, you got anything to ask the coach?
How are you liking your team so far? I mean, they just jumped all over the Vaqueros today.
I like that.
I was telling Mark, your team unfortunately had to sit all day. As you said, they have to deal with those differences. But they jumped in this game, and, they're definitely taking control of it. How do you feel about that?
I really like it, especially because, running a tournament, they had to be here early to help. They had to be here late last night to help with the fields and early this morning to help run the tournament. And like you said, sitting around and then getting themselves ready for them to jump out in that first inning and score 3 runs, that's huge because, that sets the momentum for the game. It really gets them, set up for, okay, now we can go into the next inning. We got a little bit of cushion and we can now just relax and play.
Yeah, great effort from the Golden West team as a whole. As you said, they're out there taking care of the field as they allow these visitors to their field, and it's a great way for your team, for your school to represent.
So Santa Barbara goes quietly in their half of the inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base on a beautiful defensive play by Golden West College. Golden West up 6-0. You're watching the Golden West College softball tournament on Sportsnet USA.net. A lot of times when you get some conferences have tournaments at the end so you can get more people into state championships. Some conferences just say, hey, if you can't win it, you don't belong. Some conferences say you won it, you belong. And, oh, gee, Adrian's team, you're ranked 6th. Mark, you're ranked 9th. Ed Ford, you're 10th. Oh, Adrian, even though your record's not as good as Mark's, you get to go. Ed, Mark, you stay at home. I got to ask you, who should have the opportunity to play in state championships? Only conference winners or who?
Well, we don't have it in conference tournaments. We play 3 rounds.
Okay.
And like I've said, our conference, everybody beats everybody. Right now, the way it works in softball is the top 2 teams from every conference get automatic berths.
Okay.
And then the next 4 at-large teams, which could be from any conference, and a lot of time it's at least 2 from our conference. So usually at least 4 of our 8 go. Last year, I believe 5 did. So of the 4 at-large, 3 came from our conference. So there isn't really a play-in type tournament for us. We've fought for years to have only the champions from every conference because that would make more at-larges to give more teams in our conference an opportunity to go on. Because there's times that our 6th and 7th in our conferences are better than the 2s in other conferences.
And Coach, just so people at home that are watching, an at-large gets there because of rankings or record?
Record and something called RPI,
Okay.
which takes into account your record.
And I've never been a big fan of RPI either. Mr. Dale, look at Corey. Corey just shakes his head and says, get rid of RPI.
Yeah, that's actually just one of the criteria. That it's not only RPI, but that's one of the criteria. Yes, your record, your conference finish. I know what a lot of the RPI takes into account: who you play, how good they are, how you do against them, were they conference champions, all that kind of stuff plays into the RPI. I don't obviously know what exactly all those numbers mean, but that's only one of the criteria, so it's not 100% RPI ranked.
Dominique Romero up the plate. I like Dominique. I really do like your team. You've got an excellent softball team. They're fun to watch out here.
Yeah, and on top of it, they're real nice young ladies that enjoy the game, and they're working hard, and they're getting along, and
they're student athletes.
For sure.
And I always get picked on, Coach, for saying that. As Dominique takes one on the inside corner. And I'm going to throw that at you, too, because I do. A couple other of my partners that I broadcast with always pick on me when I say the word student athlete. But I think you don't miss it. But these girls go to class. They carry full units. Some of them are church members. Some of them help their families. What can you say about just a general statement about the type of young woman you meet that's an athlete that doesn't get the credit she deserves?
Yeah, not only, like you said, full-time academic, athletics, weight room, study hall. Most of them work. Most of them have family things that they have to do, little brothers and sisters to babysit or grandma to take to the doctors, or, there's lots of things that go involved in their day. They have probably an 80-hour week involved with softball, school, study hall. I mean, we don't do films like a football team or whatever, but there's a lot of stuff that goes involved, especially when you throw a weekend like this in. They take on a lot, and what we're trying to teach them by the time they get out of here is how to manage their time, because most of them have no time management skills, and kind of some of the reason they're at a community college is their study skills and their time management skills aren't real good. So that's one of the things we're trying to help them with is, okay, these are all the things you have to do this week. Let's make sure you give the proper amount of time to everything.
Well, Coach, we're going to let you go. And first of all, let me say it's an honor knowing you. I want to thank you and all the coaches involved in community college softball. And I really have to say this. It has been such a pleasure to meet very talented women like you all have been in the game of softball that have decided to give back to a sport you loved to all these young women. And if it wasn't for women like you and your fellow coaches that have done that, this game might have had an opportunity to fade away, and you haven't allowed it. I hope the Olympics are the next one to understand from you it should be there. And this game would not be as great as it is today if it wasn't for people like you and your fellow coaches, and I can't thank you enough.
I appreciate it, and thanks for coming out and supporting our sport by getting it on the radio, getting it on TV, getting it on the internet. I mean, that's only going to help the game advance further. So,
well, thank you very much. And good luck when it comes to playoff time.
Thank you.
Golden West College, you got nothing better to do. You need to come out and watch a little softball here at Golden West College. Great team, great coaches, and great educators. Nick Mitchell, the entire group of people here at Golden West College that have made it possible, thank you very much from us here at sports@usa.net. Adrian, say the least, a classy young lady that was standing next to you as the head coach of Golden West College.
Yes, very classy, as you said. As she was mentioning, it's not very often that you see tournaments put on, so it's quite exciting that she and her school are willing to host that for us here.
And speaking of classiness, well, it wouldn't all happen if it wasn't for our producer that just came back on the air with us, Mr. Corey Nailing. Corey, it's nice to have you back. I'm sorry about those tire marks on your chest.
I'm just trying to get my ears warmed, okay? that's the only reason I put these headphones on.
You mean the hair doesn't help?
I got the hair back right now, but no, it doesn't help at all.
That's the thing right there.
Little ground ball over to quick farm on in time.
Oh, and we're seeing Golden West here. Not giving up on any play there. Running it out, even with 2 outs, not giving up.
Mr. Nailing, I got to just go back to you because you weren't on the air with me, and I know you're going to just endorse what I just said, but classy coaches, to say the least, these community college coaches we've met this week.
Oh, heck yeah, because Coach Mosadegi over at Southwestern, even though her team got blown out, and that's put it mildly, they got shellacked, she comes over and has a conversation, got to leave, so won't be coming on the air with you. But let me sit here 5 or 7 minutes to talk to you about this game, about the game of softball, and about my team and about myself before we have to leave.
Thrown in the dirt, Espinoza moves over to second.
And that's the type of classiness that you mentioned. And that's why we love coming out here calling these softball games and calling community college sports, because there's a different vibe, there's a different atmosphere. Not everybody's out looking for number one. They have time for people, to make time for people to discuss what's important about college athletics, and that's what we appreciate as broadcasters.
McNee brings it. A little speed right there.
And Adrian, you were here when Santa Barbara put up an 18 spot in their last game. Now they're down 6-0. What happened to this Santa Barbara offense?
I think the key there is just early game, big gap between the second game, and they sort of tired themselves out. It's colder now. They may have had a big rest, and that'll hurt your team. And clearly we see that, as they haven't even been able to put one run on the board when they had 18 the last game.
So, Mark, you said to running around the bases tires you out.
I just think excellent pitching from the circle for Golden West College. I really do. I'm going to give it to the circle and say, you know what? Golden West found an answer against Santa Barbara.
We were both here yesterday, and we watched Golden West play the first couple innings of this game, and we've come in. They've only won 3 games. Like East LA, not a team that looks like, okay, they've only won 3 games, but those must have been some tough games because they look like a quality team, and they hit and defend well.
Speaking of hit, up the gap, skips on the wet grass, turning the corners, Torres, and another run comes home for Golden West College. Alana Torres puts a little shock into the end of the bat, and it hit that turf and skidded. And she gets in there with a stand-up double.
Looked like a pebble on a lake when that ball hit in the right center field.
Yeah, and that's why Espinoza's 2-out single is so important. It just gives them a chance to keep this inning going, making McNamee throw more pitches than she has to.
Moray wants to come up and get that skipping of the stone on the pond, see if she can do it against McNamee.
She had a tough at-bat last at-bat, running it full, and was able to come away with a single. Let's see if she can repeat that here.
And you look at the way Maury swings the bat. She's about, 9 pounds soaking wet. She's very slight out there. But as yesterday and today, she's got surprising pop in her bat. She hit a couple to the warning track last night and had one here. Just amazing what she can do.
Definitely can't sleep on her. She's swinging from her shoes on that one.
Where we're at, the one thing we've had the advantage, Corey, if you watch it every time, she's got this level swing every time she swings at the ball. That ought to make her pop it up, huh?
As she fouls that. And it's gone.
Came up underneath there that time.
Almost lost it to the tree, but it
You
came
know,
down.
can I go back to what you said, though, Corey? Because I really do want to ask you about this. Every once in a while, records fool you, don't you? Because you look at these teams where their records are horrendous, and we sort of would say, oh, God, is this going to be ugly? But records really have been the lie when you look at these teams out here in this tournament.
That's right, Mark.
Thank you, Corey.
It's too early in the season, I think.
What's that?
Too early in the season. Those records aren't very telling of the quality of teams they have here.
Yeah, because you're taking in San Bernardino Valley, lost most of their players in the beginning of the season before the season started, and they've trying to recoup since then. We heard Coach Tivy talk after the first game we got here, and he's saying, we like the way your bats are coming around. We're liking the way the defense is coming around and picking up. Anything can happen in the second part of the season. You're absolutely right that anything can happen.
And Morey goes down on strikes. But Golden West College picks up another one run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 person left on base. It's Golden West College 7. Santa Barbara sitting on the snide. You're watching the Golden West College Tournament on SportsNetUSA.net.
And McNamee, a great pitch because we saw Maury extending each hit and each swing out there. That last pitch, that strikeout pitch, it came on the inside. That allowed Maury to not extend. She was swinging from her shoulders. And when you're swinging from your shoulders, nothing good is happening.
Santa Barbara. Gotta find something, guys. I tell you what, they wanted to come in here, Adrian. They wanted to be 5-0. Right now, they're sitting at the tail end of a 7-0 score in the 5th inning.
Yeah, you know, they're going to have to dig deep. They got 9 outs to go, you know, barring any cancellation or ending of this game. So they have 9 outs to go. That's a lot of ball games still. You know, they want to stay 5-0. They're going to have to prove it here with their last at-bats coming up.
Wind coming off the ocean. Breeze coming from left to right. Temperatures dropped about 5 more degrees.
Do I need to go get the blankets out my car?
Well, I was looking for somebody to bring that portable heater. You know what, Ed, we're going to buy a portable heater. Can you tack that onto our parking pass charge that we're sending you? Ed Ford's paying for parking here tonight at Golden West College. He's got the platinum card.
Yeah, it's just a platinum card. Nothing's on it. No numbers.
Not a thing is on it. So Santa Barbara trying to find an answer to Barrera, who is just having an excellent game in the circle for Golden West College tonight.
Yeah, she hasn't changed up her game plan at all. Just coming after the batter, keeping the ball low, and letting her defense work. When you keep the ball low like that, all they can do is hit ground balls on you. They pop it up. That's another easy out for your defense.
2-1. So Barrera. Now Golden West College goes a little further back in the outfield. Play it in front, not play anything silly. Driven up the middle, base hit off the bag.
And that's what we've been hoping for from the Vaqueros. Getting something started like that, getting their bench excited and getting them in this game.
And they've shown they have the capability of scoring in bunches, as evident to 18 runs last game they played. But again, in the 5th inning, the weather, the pitching is a little tired because this three-day tournament will wear on you. You have to sit and wait. Yesterday got both games out of the way early in the morning. That's good for them. But now, as we get a pinch runner, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you know, and these substitutions, they can definitely weigh on the defense. Now they're just standing around. They're losing their momentum. If you're Golden West, you got to stay on your toes here. Hopefully turn a double play up the middle.
Alicia Granlund out of Radvik, Sweden. So Leksands Gymnasium.
And she is the speed burner on the team. We asked about that, said, hey, do you have a designated runner that's got a little giddy up? And she says, oh yeah, my girl from Sweden has got that. And what does she do? She takes off on that first pitch, goes around the bag. Oh, she makes a mistake, gets stuck out to dry, and oh, when you get greedy, what happens? That IOU comes to town.
Yeah, she took second base easily, and you see how fast she is. She just glided to second base, but again, that ball got past, and she was running to third and realized, uh-oh.
As the old adage goes, speed kills, as she ran herself out on that one.
Yeah. Double meaning. I like that. Speed kills while you take the bag, and speed kills as you get thrown out.
That's a mouthful.
So Santa Barbara running themselves out of a possible opportunity.
And that's what Adrian was talking about right before this inning started, doing the little things that get you back into this ball game, but you can't do the things that take you out as well.
Whole different ball inning now for Town. She no longer has that runner on. Now she has to go up there and get something started herself.
Takes a strike at the knees.
Again, Barrera with that low strike that she's had command all game.
See, I think it's been a great tournament here at Golden West College. I haven't been blamed for a thing through the whole tournament. Right back the middle, Barrera, field in the circle. Says, I got it easily, so comebacker for the second out of the inning.
You know, and that's where that out at second affects you. You know, we see the easy ground ball that could have gotten the runner from second to third. Now it's 2 outs.
So Sydney Towns now comes up.
Last at bat, she had a strikeout, hoping to put the ball in play here with 2 outs. Towns still getting respect out in the outfield as we see them take a few steps back.
Sydney Towns up the middle, down on their feet, throw to first, not in time, base hit for Towns.
That Vaqueros team showing that they can leg it out as well, taking those infield singles.
Morey goes down on her knees, knocks it down, tries to get up on time. Just can't do it for Golden West College to get the out. The Rustlers can't take that calf away from anybody. So now Santa Barbara's got a runner on first. Only the 4th hit of the game for Santa Barbara. Last game, 18 runs, 13 hits for Santa Barbara. Little slap. Barrera says, yeah, I can field, and she does it again. So Barrera gets out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, it's Golden West College 7, Santa Barbara 0. You're watching the Golden West College softball tournament on SportsNetUSA.net.
And the one thing I wanted to ask the coach before she left and once she got on the air again is recruiting internationally, just because it's based on that. The Fullerton College team, who did they play? Cuesta College. When they had players.
You mean the international team?
Yeah, the international team, Adrian. They had players from Netherlands, Russia, Cyprus, Turkey, and Sweden. No, not Sweden. That's this team, but one other team.
One of the
Spain,
Eastern country.
and Spain.
Yeah.
12 of their 14 players were from those countries. And you see that sometimes in softball, but you wonder what the international game has brought forth to the game in America, and can they recruit, or should they recruit more, or should they just stay local since it's a community college? And wish I would have been here to ask that question.
Well, if it was a Santa Ana coach, they'd tell you we recruit local.
Yes. There are a couple schools around that only recruit local and only want to recruit local. Yeah, you can get the anomaly from out of state, but you want to stay local. Other schools in community college say, well, we want the best no matter where they come from, and they come from Florida, Louisiana, Hawaii, Texas to come and play football. So it's a different atmosphere. Just wanted to ask that coach that. Next time we hear, we'll get it.
Very gracious young lady inviting us here on sports.usa.net. It's been fun for the last 2 days. Mr. Nealon and I have had a great time. Want to thank his entire group for coming out and contributing here on sports.usa.net. Everybody chipped in their 2 cents. Some gave 50 cents, some gave a nickel, and some still owe us money here on sports.usa.net. Mr. Nealon's going to cash in the ticket and say, put it in my palm. You still owe me something. You still got to do at least 1 game here on sportsnetusa.net. 1/2 inning to 1 game?
Don't have to be good. You just got to do it.
You just got to do 1 game. So we really do want to thank the 145 sports class taught by Mr. Nealon at Fullerton College. Don't forget, hey, if you're looking for community colleges, they're all over Southern California. If you love sports broadcasting, don't forget the 145 sports broadcasting class at Fullerton College, taught by the multi-talented youngster Corey Nealon.
Pot him down.
Oh, okay. All right.
as we get a meeting on the far side between coaches and umpires. They want to use all 1 hour and 50 minutes of this game.
And that's what I'm doing on the air right there. Let's have a conversation on sports8usa.net.
Kind of sounds like you two might be going to dinner and you're trying to get him to pay is
I
what it sounds like.
already died when he walked by and tried to pop me down twice. If it wasn't for Ed Ford, I'd have been off the air hours ago.
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore. Not with me. He's always buying. Speaking of dinner.
You know what? Dinner last night was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was excellent.
I had cereal myself. What about you?
Not me.
No?
I had schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
Pork and chicken.
I had chicken paprikash last night.
I need to come over to your guys' place.
Paprikash. Chicken paprikash.
Paprikash.
And we had sausages.
Sausages?
Sausages. We had sausages, German-style sausages, and German fried potatoes.
We had an excellent dinner last night.
My invite was in the mail, right?
Yeah, you know, Corey sent the invitations out in the mail yesterday. We're sorry
Snail
you guys
mail.
couldn't join us. Hey,
Snail mail.
you know,
It'll happen.
we apologize.
And we could go back and get some Hungarian goulash if you want to go back there tonight.
Oh, boy.
Right now, McNamee is just saying, I want a strikeout, which she gets right there.
So, again, the game 7-0 Golden West, and they're really playing. We'll see how this tournament propels both not only Golden West but Santa Barbara in their conference play for the second half.
Bunt drop down, turn thrown over. Oh, just in time.
Great play.
Vallejo thought, I think you got that one wrong, Mr. Nealon said, no, you were out on that one.
McNamee doing a good job of getting out of the circle to make that play.
So bottom of the fifth, Golden West College up 7-0. These games are on a time limit, 1 hour and 50 minutes. Not that anybody's looking at the clock.
I think this game started at about 5:10, so
It
we got
did?
about 8 more minutes
Okay.
if they're going by the time limit.
Yeah, I thought, honestly, I thought maybe last inning we were right about there. McNamee brings it home.
And it's a good turnout. We got here about 11 o'clock yesterday, and there were me, you, Gabby, and Golden West here.
That was it.
And the fans hadn't trickled in, but by the time it came around to 5 o'clock, there was a full allotment of fans here to watch these games.
Pitch high and outside.
And it's good what they're doing with the community as we see another youth softball team sitting in the stands watching this game. This is one of the aspects that I still don't feel that the community college, that the football teams take advantage of.
Driven up the middle, base hit. Golden West College just has everything working for them right now in this game.
Alyssa Jewell at second base laying out. You got to love that effort. You know, it's been a tough game for the Vaqueros, but she's still out there giving 110%, getting that jersey dirty.
And I saw the way you acknowledged the coach too, Corey, when you said, so you're bringing youth groups, and she said, yeah, and you just sort of smiled and went, yeah, she gets it. She understands it. Promote my program and get the community behind it. First pitch right off the corner. So Kat Osborne takes that for a strike. Osborne, sacrifice, a walk, a strikeout in tonight's game. That one down and away.
You know, Mar, one thing we haven't seen in this game, and it probably won't at this point, we haven't seen a lot of stolen bases from the team. Right now, Golden West up by 7. Don't think they'll be stealing. Maybe that's another game that we'll see sometime, these teams on the base pass.
Santa Barbara, now you were here for that game. They 18-1. They ran a lot.
Oh, yeah, that was a different game. Yeah. That was quite the game for Santa Barbara. Again, scrapping on this one. Trying to stay in it.
Santa Barbara ranked 6th in the state of California in the southern section.
Yeah, Mark, definitely this game, it's more so just kind of telling of the day, not the team so much as the day they've had. They had a huge game earlier today. Fortunately, a little waning energy at this point.
We're still trying to figure out what the demarcation line is for the northern section and the southern section and
Bakersfield.
northern section.
No, that's the demarcation because Bakersfield's in the southern section.
Shouldn't be in the north.
Probably should be in the northern section, but it's in the southern.
And
Off the hand.
maybe a little hit and run on that play.
And they realigned the SFCA for football this next season, right? SCFA. SCFA.
Southern California Football Association.
Like Brian Crooks would say to me, I've never heard of that one. What are you talking about? But they did realign it. Key to the county game will start the season for Fullerton College this year. Fullerton and Santa Ana will not be in the same conference.
Guys, this is another long at bat for Cat Osborne.
Strike three. Cat Osborne said, thank you, Mr. Newman. It's time to go home.
It's what I do.
So no runs, one hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. As we head for the top of the sixth inning, it's Santa Barbara 7, Golden West College 0. You're watching the Golden West College Tournament on Sportsnet, USA.net. This should be time limit-wise.
This will be the last
This
inning.
should be it, yeah.
After this third out, that's going to end this ball game.
Let's see if the Vaqueros have any pop left in those bats. See if we can have them wake it up this inning.
Yeah, and it's not a short drive from Santa Barbara here sometimes.
No.
I mean, sometimes if you hit that traffic, especially on the 101, and then you got to take the 405, that could be a long trip.
And depending on who's driving, it could be a really scary drive in the dark going home. The students have been blessed when they realize that they never travel with me driving the car anymore.
That's why you don't drive anymore.
Last two students that rode home for the game for me, I still think they're in therapy shock sessions.
But again, a good thing because they were in a Toyota.
They were.
Hey.
That's right. From Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Don't forget all our sports. Nice segue. All our sports here on SportsNetUSA.net are brought to you by Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Need a new or used Toyota? Need parts for your old Toyota? Parts department open 7 days a week for your convenience. Make sure you check out all the deals on Miller Toyota of Anaheim.com. They got deals 3 for 1 on tires, special deal on oil changes. Miller Toyota of Anaheim supports community college sports, high school sports, but most of all, education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Well, let's see now. You get a new Toyota. Ed just gets a new Toyota. We got to go into extra innings. I need a new car too. Santa Barbara up to take their last opportunity the way this game is going. They need to find a way.
Yeah, you know.
And I think, did we just get an illegal pitch against Golden West College?
It could have been an illegal pitch, but
Yeah, I think that's what it was called.
No better players to have right now for the Vaqueros. Number 3, Hope Ballard. Number 4 batter, Christina Vieira. And number 5 batter, Monica Salas, the meat of the order. See if they can get something started here.
Santa Barbara needing 7 just to tie it up. The magical 8. 8 the hard way to win it. Ballard takes that low.
Got some action in the Golden West dugout bullpen. Getting a little loose there just in case Barrera needs some help. She's chugging along so far.
Barrera brings it. Ballard gets hit by the pitch.
On that very well-placed elbow pad.
second in a row.
No, and it's called a strike. Would it catch the bottom of the bat?
It either caught, can't tell if it caught the bottom of the bat or she leaned into it.
She didn't make much of a movement on that, so that may have been why they pulled her back. You know, they would have to at least make a motion to get out of the way.
Yeah, but he called it a strike.
Must have hit the bottom of the bat then.
Must have been a foul ball.
So that's I didn't see it hit the bat. That's why I don't have the angle for it where I'm standing. So I thought maybe you guys saw it.
I saw elbow.
Okay.
I didn't see anything.
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
Hey,
So
ball
Ballard
don't
says-
lie.
That's right. Ballard says, that's okay. Let me take off the Barry Bonds protection sleeve and head down to first base.
Great way for the Vaqueros to get started, getting a runner on base. As we see Golden West having a little chat on the mound. Her defense, Barrera's defense, telling her just to calm down, that they have her back right now, to keep working how she's been working, and to let the Vaqueros hit the ball and let her defense work.
Now, actually, what they were saying is, what time do you have? Well, I have us at 1 hour and 57 minutes. Slow it down. Maybe they'll call it.
You always finish the inning.
Always.
So Ballard at first. Vieira at the plate.
Definitely don't want to get picked off if you're a Vaquero player right now. Can't give up these easy outs. Ballard at first.
Barrera brings it, goes past. Ballard heads to second. Easy little stand up on a pass ball.
As you see there, Ballard kept her head up the whole time. She was looking in to see where that ball landed. As soon as she saw it got past the catcher, she made her move.
Little conversation in the circle one more time.
Ballard cheering on her teammate from second base.
Down low.
Getting a little sticky now for Golden West. 3-0
Runner
for
at
Vieira.
second. Adrian, right now you don't want to load up the bases, to say the least. There's only a runner at second right now, but this pitch could give you runners at first and second. And that's exactly what it does.
2 back-to-back walks to start the top of the sixth.
So Golden West College now is going to have a conversation with the coaches and all come walking out there. Adrian, it's been fun. It's been a great tournament. You've seen a lot of softball this weekend.
Yes, sir. Been watching a lot, been learning a lot. You know, it's definitely a faster game than baseball. I'm a baseball fan myself, love to play it. Kind of hard to watch it. Softball here, it's very fast-paced, 18-run scored games. Very exciting game. 7-0 right now. Softball, you get your actions worth.
And very talented young ladies that play the game.
Definitely can't shortchange these players out here. They're giving it their all.
So Salas now up. Well, easy fly ball taken right there for the first out. So Salas flies over, taken out of the air by Cat Osborne. Cat Osborne just settles underneath it, says, I got it. I'm in control.
Looks like that little chat the coach had with Barrera helped her out there, settle down and get that first out.
One away, runners at first and second for Santa Barbara. Brings up Maggie Jackson, the big power hitter for the Santa Barbara team. She launched it in an earlier game today.
You know, Maggie's up there hoping to cut the lead in half right now with one big hack.
It's been a home run fest for us here on SportsNetUSA.net for these afternoon games.
You know, you can't say the fences are short because those home runs have been home runs. They've definitely left the field of play.
Maggie Jackson wanting to extend the inning. Golden West wants to close it out now. Ball down and away. Throw over at first base. Oh, yes, I'm waiting for you. Oh, and she's safe at third base.
You know, Mark, from here it looks like the third baseman, Romero, almost tagged her on her upper body while her leg was able to get into the bag.
Yeah, I thought the glove traveled to the upper body. I think she got it on the right before the waist, right as the slide happened. Tag traveled up, or maybe re-tagged up top, and that's what.
And in doing that, Maggie Jackson says thank you and gets an RBI.
Big play there for the Vaqueros by taking that extra bag. Now they're able to get on the board and, you know, get some energy going on their bench.
So Maggie Jackson comes through once again. Interesting call over at third base. I sort of had the same view Mr. Nailen had. I thought tag was down low, held on to it, and that's one of the things too, Adrian. I mean, you make the tag down. If somebody keeps sliding, that tag is going to eventually end up. But if I catch you at the ankles and you keep sliding, my glove ends up catching you at the stomach at the end of the slide. My initial first tag was down at the ankles. I think the umpire had a bad angle on it. But since we don't call him, doesn't matter. Flip over, not in. Oh, and that time he calls it. Corey's going to say definitely he's out at second base.
Yeah, I got there just in time to bring out the second out of the inning. A nice play as Maciel couldn't get the ball quite out of her glove. But again, Maury was there to help her out. Step on second base with 2 down, looking to end it.
I thought Jackson might have just gotten in there. You guys basically said, no, Mark, it's 7-0. If it's that close, she's out on the play. Yeah, imagine Corey and I umping a game. You're out. You're down by 9. You're out by 1.5 feet. Come on.
If it was me and you umping the game, might as well not even go back out there.
That's it. When it just looked at Santa Barbara and said, no reason to try. Just go home.
That's why
You
we
got
be
traffic.
bad coaches.
Barrera getting a little wild there. You know, with 2 outs, still a big lead. You got to come after this batter.
But the run scored from third, right?
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so it should be 7-2.
Yes. Run scored from third. And Barrera says, I've been handling it all day long, and she does. And that's going to bring out the third out and should end this game as Santa Barbara gets 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. So at the end of 6 innings comes the conclusion of this game. It's Santa Barbara 7, Golden West College 1. And that brings us to the conclusion of the Golden West College softball tournament here on SportsNetUSA.net. Want to thank all the coaches, all the players for making this a very good tournament. Want to thank Ed Ford and his crew for coming out here. Want to thank Corey Nailen for coming out here. For the Minions of Media Madness, for everybody that made this tournament possible, we want to thank him. Mr. Nailen, I'm going to let you take us home here on SportsNetUSA.net.
And a special thanks to Susie Brasney, the head coach, tournament director of Golden West College, inviting us out to the Go West Invitational, the 39th playing of the Go West Invitational here at Golden West College. So that's going to do it. The final game that we have is Golden West winning 7-2 over Santa Barbara. So for the class, James Flynn, Andrew King, Ed Ford behind us, Mark Pavlovich, and Adrian Paredes on the call. This is Corey Nailen again from the Golden West Softball College Tournament. You've been listening to SportsNetUSA.net.